Hello, and welcome to the third episode of Leading Change. And before I go on into um, today's topic, just want to do a quick brief into what we talked about in the last two. And I'm focusing on changing the terminology, changing the language, because the language that we are using around COVID-19 is creating so much of cognitive dissonance. And I think it's not helping that we're using the wrong terms. Now that we have been facing this situation for almost 10 months now, and in different parts of the world, and in Malaysia since middle of March. And if we change the term and if we change the languaging surrounding the disease, perhaps it might empower us to lead the change and perhaps make a difference. So I started with episode 1 talking about we are the frontliners, without dismissing and taking away that, of course, the medical profession, they are the heroes, and we should be calling them the last line of defense and holding them like that. And we take the charge in this invisible war, and we become the frontliners who, in the right minds, would put their medical people in the front line of a war. Because if they collapse, we all collapse. And the next thing I talked about, and the reason for that is to give us the power and the responsibility to take charge, okay, and for us all to play a role in doing what we can to empower us. The next thing I talked about was physical distancing versus social distancing in episode 2. There was a short episode, but really, again, the term social distancing is also creating what I call cognitive dissonance. And one of the comments I read by Alina, shout out to her if she's watching tonight, she explains it well too. I mean, she was making another point, and that's saying it beautifully, but I wanted to keep it simple, because at the heart level, we do want to connect with people. We do want to touch, hold, and hug, and do all those things we normally do. And I think using the word social distancing is antithesis to what is to be done, which is when we are together to remain physically apart from each other, we can and still be connected and still be real and connected with each other, even though we are 1 meter away from each other, to maintain physical distancing. So I think if we help, if we start changing the language, it will help our behavior, it will assist us to do the right thing and to remain conscious. So for today, the one that drives me nuts the most is the term new normal. New normal this, new normal that, new normal this. And we, I think, are becoming, remember, I'm saying we. I'm not pointing fingers. It's like it's just your problem. It's my problem too. And I have to be conscious as well and mindful as well when I do it. It's all over the media, the mainstream media. Those are the terms they keep using, reinforcing and reinforcing. So new normal, to me, it's lazy, it's automatic. It also creates resistance, and for some people, maybe even resignation. Are we really are we ready to, and are we really wanting to accept that the new normal is to have more alcohols on our more alcohol on our body than in our body? Are we to accept all these SOPs, the standard operating procedures? Are we ready to accept them and own them like this is how it's going to be forever? Do we really want to stop hugging, touching, kissing, holding people? Is it normal? Well, I think it's abnormal. So for me, every time we use the word new normal, it implies that we accept that this, whatever we are doing now, it will be normal in the future. So 10 years from now or 5 years from now, We're not going to even use the word because it's something we automatically do already. So I think every time we use the word new normal, simply or unconsciously and automatic, we are surrendering to, or we're accepting this is going to be normal next time. So I have issue with that, because when I stop and be mindful about it, and when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking to myself, it's like, do I want to live like this? Be concerned about how far away I am with the person I'm with all the time, physically apart. Do I want to be concerned about having to get my temperature checked all the time? It's like I'm hot all the time. I know I'm hot. But it's sometimes used so much as even a joke. People joke about it. Oh, it's just the new norm. And people even now use it in advertising stuff, selling products, selling things. And they are going, oh, the new normal is coming. So buy this product, or you will need this service, you will need this product, because this is going to be the new normal. And it's programming us. In my mind, it's just programming us all the time, that we have to accept that this is going to be the way it is. And sometimes it's used as a joke, and it's not a joke. We say it too loosely, unconsciously, automatically, and I think we need to stop and really take a look at this. Okay, so every time we say new normal, also, if you have done the workshop that I've done before called LEAP, Living Every Day in Abundance and Prosperity. It's a 4-day workshop about prosperity and abundance, and creating new habits to create abundance and prosperity in your life. One of the things we talk about is affirmations. And every time we say it's new normal, this is new normal, we are then affirming that this is the new normal. It's going to be normal. And as soon as we keep affirming it, then we at the same time, using this language, our mood, our feelings are then associated with that. And then we start to behave in whatever way we behave it, whether it's resistance, whether it's in resignation. Oh, it's going to be the way it is, law. So might as well just like that, law. Nothing we can do about it. This is something, it's out of our hands. We can't do anything. So resignation comes in, and we keep affirming this. And so every time we affirm it, we are creating our reality. Language creates reality. So why bother fighting? Why work at it? Resign could be another major feeling or mood or experience that we might have. So when I was talking about this idea to someone, and they said, well, you can't just put out the problem there without a solution or an alternative. What would you suggest? What would you suggest? So I'm listening, I'm going, okay, if I don't want this so-called thing or practice to be the new normal anymore, which means I refuse to accept that this is how we are going to live for the rest of our life and have it be normal, then what would be in its place? What term? So I think temporary measure would be a better and more appropriate term. And I think this will make us more conscious, and also have us then take a step back and look at it and go, this thing is just temporary. Our practices, our SOPs, the way we are behaving right now, the way we need to behave right now, and it's temporary. So if this is just a temporary measure, then I think we would be able to fight better. That's my point of view, that we will be able to fight better, stay conscious, and because if we want it to be temporary, then our behavior now would then change. If we say to ourselves, this is just temporary, we need to do this so it is temporary. It's a temporary measure. And then when we bring that to our consciousness and we say, okay, then I will be more diligent, I'll be more awake, or some younger people will call, you're more woke about this. So, and perhaps if we just hold it as a temporary measure, we might evoke in ourselves behaviors and remind ourselves that, you know, this is temporary. Let's fight this together. It's not going to be like this forever. And then maybe we can all work together to be the frontliners, follow our physical distancing, follow the SOPs, because this is all a temporary thing. And if we all work hard at it and we lead this, then I think maybe we can get rid of it and maybe get our country back together again, the way it's supposed to be. So I now, from now, refuse to just simply say new normal. I'm going to say temporary measure for myself, and I'm going to enroll as many people to change their mind and to create a movement to shift the languaging and the terminology and explain why. Because I don't think this is normal. I don't want it to be normal. I don't want to have to think twice if I want to hug my nieces, my nephew. I don't want to think twice if I see my friends and I want to and don't want and think about, can I hug them? Do I want to hug them? Do I touch them? But at least now I will be conscious. If I think, okay, this is temporary, the whatever greeting we give right now, it's temporary. The way we communicate and the way we touch each other, temporary. Then, you know, maybe something might change. So right now it's an invitation. It's an open invitation to everyone viewing this for you to create a movement and remind and tell everyone that we are frontliners, to practice physical distancing, and that the SOPs are just a temporary measure. And if you agree at some level with what I'm communicating and what I'm saying, then I encourage you to not just like this post but to share it, to follow, to subscribe, as we do more work around bringing consciousness. And also the invitation is to leap with me. So thank you very much for tuning in, for watching this live stream. And I look forward to creating more value with my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, with my groups as well. So until the next broadcast, be well, be safe, and let's spread the word. See you next time.